No need for that, is there?
Have some spare food or coin? Anything else?
Have you dealt with Gert? Then I'll forgive you this. Here's your gold. His wife will be devastated, and the child's now an orphan.
Yes? I see you managed to defeat Sanguinor the Crim. Some say he was a knight who fell in battle and was brought back to life through dark magic, that he rose from the grave as an undead monstrosity with an...
Others say he was just a terrible jerk. Either way...
Sir Renard, what a
Don't get me wrong. It's good that he's dead. He just wasted his life. He loved dueling so much that he started challenging everyone for any reason. Or none at...
He must have been a tough opponent. You managed to defeat Sindemar the...
Long ago, when Sindemar wasn't Sindemar and wasn't bringing anything, he was just... At least, that's what everyone thought. You can imagine the havoc. Personally, I'd take 100 Firkin. Listen, I've got... This bounty came down from command. A fat reward for the head of a bandit stirring up trouble in Kunacht. But there's a catch. The bandit's name is Tom. He's an old friend. Someone I ran with when I was younger, before I joined the army. They don't know about my past. If Denham gets wind of it, I'll be court-martialed. Or worse. And I can't turn... I need you to find Tom. Talk to him. Convince him to leave Kunacht before the bounty hunters catch his scent. I don't, but I can't go myself. Denham's men are watching my every move. Listen, Tom and I, we've seen things together. Done things I'd rather forget. Good. I knew I could count on you. Find him. Talk some sense into him. Here, this should help you find him. Any news about our mutual... Damn it! The longer this drags on, the worse it gets. You'd better move quickly. Tom's not the kind of man to sit still. And if someone else gets to him first... I should have handled this. Any new...
I'll await your return.
Oh, you managed to extract coherent information from... In any case, this truly is good news, especially for us. A ritual that... You must bring the tablets to me, not to him. We'll use them in Camelot for many years, ensuring the safety of nearly the... If you give them to Maggot, only Cunnocht would benefit. Do you really want to doom all of Avalon? I'll await your return. I'll await your...
I'll await.
Spare a coin for the hungry.
If I just stay put, everything will be just fine. Just passing through? Good. Good to see you. Go on then.
Hold your ground, men. Blow for blow! You're no match for me.
Greetings to you, strange soul. You carry a light that doesn't belong to the Sagramors. I fear, then, that you won't... Only a pure soul can bear the sins of another. My soul, I thought it would be enough to... Not just anyone's. I took upon... I had no choice. I swore an oath of loyalty. But if I had a punishment for consorting with someone so... I don't know. I sought meaning in the All-Mother. Then I came here. For Sagramor, soon to... And beside him stood the Queen. I swore to serve them until the end of time. Yet she desired a true king. Next, there was the descent into the depths where we now find ourselves. How twisted and corrupted must one's soul be to desire something? I was stupid. That. The fungus helps me keep my senses, attuning me to the rhythm of this. I feel the footsteps of the souls wandering about. I feel their ever unfulfilled... Yes, and in a way, I accept them. And perhaps there is. Perhaps if we are all connected here, for... Apparently, this is what the world looks... Everything that was meant to be born here was supposed to, instead, became an endless wandering in the abyss. Sagramor took a wife, a woman, and here it is. Kingdom... Scroll. Indeed, I recall... I also witnessed powerful acts of magic. Surely the court custodian might know more, but you must forgive me. I cannot provide you with a more specific answer. May goodness and light... May goodness...
Ah, a new guest in our court. Welcome, stranger, to the humble halls of King. Are you here to seek an audience with the King and Queen? Many are eager to see them. I'm sure their highnesses will be pleased to see a new... Oh, no need to trouble yourself with me, my lord. Though, if I had performed my duties better, perhaps there... Oh, it's no big deal. Time can't touch us, and it's all thanks to the Queen and her sisters, who decided that, well, as long as you don't sin, then you might share my fate. Or that of Sir Stigender, who you may... Well, I wanted to feel the softness of the royal bed. Yeah, don't look at me like that. It's not what you think. The Queen's honor is intact, at least where I'm concerned. But I happened to be in the chamber when King Sagramore appeared. He wasn't alone, and his companion, it was one of the harpist sisters. But the king didn't notice me, but the Queen caught on to my unease. She tried to force me to confess what I had seen. I think she suspected it involved one of the king's. In the end, I was the one who... Oh well, it's the lot of servants to bear the burden of... Loyalty, of course. Sir Stigender swore to our Queen that he would remain faithfully... That was a very unfortunate pledge. Now our brave and loyal Sir Stigender is atoning for sins that are... But breaking his vows would be a sin in itself. It's a no-win situation. Oh, I'm sure they will. But you might have to wait a bit. And, before you ask, no, there's no way to speed it up. Unless you're aiming to become the court jester, there's not... Though, now that I think about it, perhaps if the... Oh, that would be Miss Clare and the midwife. Should I... She's the youngest of the sisters. She used to be so sweet and innocent. But now, just know that Miss Clare isn't a bad person. She became envious of the Queen's love for the king and ended up chasing after boars who never really returned her feelings. I don't know much more than that. Talking to Miss Clare is right. She's a wonderful woman, completely dedicated to family. Her life's mission was to bring a child to the royal couple into this world. She loves all the royal children. Unfortunately, you'll be fine, as long as you don't I'm glad you asked, my lord. All you need to do is kill me, and the keys to the sisters' chambers will reveal themselves to you. Yes, exactly. That's just how it is for me. Ever since Sagramore's kingdom, and with magic, when a spell says, guard at the cost of one's own life, if I died forever, I wouldn't be able to guard the keys anymore, right? So I come back to life. That's just how... Hello again, my lord. Have a splendid time at...
Not pause. Pause in the letters. The letters to pause, to beloved. These, all of them, I write. Letters to beloved. I write only letters to pause. Sister has a tablet. Once she had it. Once in Sagramor's arms. Once me in Boar's arms. Boar's. Boar's. No. My beloved. Once upon a time, there lived a young maiden named Claire. She had 2 sisters, and together they resided in a resplendent castle within a land untouched by the cruelty of time. In this unchanging realm, there was neither the sorrow of endings nor the joy of beginnings. No sunrises, no sunsets, and no seasons to mark the days. Such was the design of the eldest sister, whose insatiable hunger for control bound the kingdom in eternal stillness. She hoarded love and devotion as a dragon hoards treasure. Yet for all her power, her heart remained empty, cursed to feel nothing for eternity. Claire, the youngest and gentlest of the sisters, moved quietly through the cold, unchanging halls. Her beauty was, too, untouched by age or hardship. Yet unlike her sisters, Claire possessed a secret, a flicker of defiance against the curse that gripped their land. Her heart remained free, protected by a force beyond even her eldest sister's reach. True love. This love bound her to a noble young man named Bors, whose memory was her light in the kingdom's shadow, though torn apart by dark magic. Claire refused to surrender to despair. She knew that giving up hope would mean losing herself entirely, succumbing to the same cold emptiness that claimed her sisters. So she endured, her heart steadfast in its belief that love could shatter even the darkest of spells, and that one day, somehow, she and Bors would reunite. It was the height of summer when young Bors first laid eyes on the maiden of his heart, working in the fields, his skin bronzed by the sun. He paused as the sound of hooves drew near. A lone maiden approached, her hair shimmering like spun gold, her cheeks rosy and her waist snugly drawn into a spring green corset. While the other peasants bowed their heads, Bors stared unabashedly. Sensing his gaze, the maiden turned sharply, startling her steed. The horse reared and she tumbled from the saddle, straight into Bors's waiting arms. Their eyes met, and in that instant, the maiden felt herself lost. A warmth bloomed upon her cheeks, but a deep foreboding stirred in her stomach, for she knew there would never be another man who could claim her heart so completely. From that day forward, she rode past the fields daily, offering Bors water and sharing quiet moments beneath the shade of a willow tree. Days stretched into nights, and the two surrendered to love. But one day, as the maiden passed the field, her beloved Bors was nowhere to be found. She waited beneath the willow until darkness fell and reluctantly returned to the castle. The next day, and the one after that, she returned. But Bors never did. Summer turned to autumn, and the maiden ceased her rides. She withdrew into the shadowed stillness of her tower, her heart heavy with unending sorrow. Unbeknownst to her, Bors's bones lay bleached and brittle beneath the sun, hidden in the very field where their love had bloomed. For in Sagramor's kingdom, no crime was graver nor punishment swifter than love. Long ago, there lived a maiden named Claire, fair of face and gentle of heart, cursed by her cruel sister to remain imprisoned in a high tower. Forbidden to step beyond its walls or look out of the window, she spent her days weaving a tapestry of the outside world, a world she could glimpse only through the reflection in an enchanted mirror. Yet Claire dared not lift her eyes from the loom, for the curse was absolute. If she ever stopped her weaving to gaze out the window herself, the fragile thread of her life would snap. One day, the mirror revealed a grand procession on the road below. Among them rode a knight clad in gleaming silver armor, a sapphire cape following behind him. His warm eyes and copper hair struck Claire's heart with longing. Unable to resist, she rose and stepped toward the window for a glimpse of the gallant knight. The moment she moved, a terrible pain gripped her chest and the mirror shattered. Claire, knowing the curse had claimed her, fled the tower. She reached the road just as the procession passed, grasped the knight's cape, and collapsed. Sir Bors turned at the sudden tug, leapt from his horse and caught her. Her breath grew faint, and she whispered, "Do not grieve, for I am glad to have seen you, my knight." With those words, her spirit departed. Sir Bors wept bitterly, for never had he seen a maiden of such beauty and grace. His heart swelled with both joy and despair, for he knew he would never again love another as he loved the fair and cursed maiden, Claire. In the days of King Sagramore, there lived Bors, a wandering minstrel whose songs were famed for their beauty and sorrow. Among his melodies was one that bore the weight of his heart, the ballad of a lady named Claire. Claire, a noblewoman of unmatched grace, had been betrayed by her jealous sister, who sold her to a rival lord for power. Locked in a distant tower, her pleas for rescue went unheard. But Bors, who had once sung for her in her father's court and fallen deeply in love, learned of her plight and vowed to save her. He journeyed to the castle where she was held and sang beneath its mist-shrouded walls each night, hoping she might hear him. At last, a faint voice joined his song. Claire, her spirit unbroken despite her captivity, determined, Bors devised a daring plan. Each evening he sang in the castle hall, lulling the court into an enchanted trance. When the moment was right, he slipped away to free Claire. Together they fled through shadowed halls, hearts pounding with hope. But as they reached the forest edge, disaster struck. The alarm was raised, and the guards gave chase. Armed only with his lute, Bors faced the guards to protect Claire. In the struggle, he was struck down, his body falling beside his broken lute. Claire was dragged back to the castle, her heart forever bound to the minstrel who had died for her. was writing something important. Here, you've read these notes on the stacks of paper. My handwriting. I must have written them, yes. Strange. Bors, my former lover. Really? Perhaps that was... I longed for my own Sagramore. I craved love, true love. A beloved, not a dog. My sister. I have 2 sisters. One older and... She's the caregiver. She nurtured. She wanted Sagramore. She wanted the crown. She has everything. She does. She holds the power of the men here. She has no desire for love. She wants to rule. Love is not... It's at the very top, above all else. To see everything. Enough. She sees all, hears all. Her arms. I was writing something. Enough.